Those given the high honor of admission to the United States should support this country, of its people and its values. We cannot allow a beachhead of terrorism to form inside America. We cannot allow our nation to become a sanctuary for extremists. That is why my administration has been working on improved vetting procedures, and we will shortly take new steps to keep our nation safe and to keep those out who will do us harm.
President Trump taking on immigration during last night's address, indicating there will soon be a new executive order on the travel ban. This revision coming after 2 courts struck down the initial order. For more on this, let's bring in Lawrence Jones, a Blaze TV and radio host of Lawrence Jones Show. He's also a conservative commentator, and Simon Rosenberg, president and founder of NDN and a former campaign advisor to President Clinton. Lawrence, let me start with you. Is he smart to give last night's speech some breathing room? He got a lot of accolades for it. Why step on your own news? What do you think?
That's perfect, and he's starting to look presidential. He's more disciplined, and this is the right turn. When people say the pivot, this is the pivot. The question is, will he continue to have this same discipline? And I think he will.
Yeah, Simon, some of the details of what could potentially be the new ban have leaked out. A few of them exempting existing visa holders, maybe not singling out Syria. You say he's sort of caving on a lot of things.
No, it's clear. Look, they're clearly trying to save the travel ban, right? It was knocked down in the courts, and I think they've taken a lot of time to try to get it right so that they don't have a repeat of what just happened, where they release the travel ban, it gets attacked in the courts, and it gets stopped again. They're trying. So I think they are scaling it back. The most important news, I think, was that they're going to exempt people from Iraq, not from Syria, which is very important because it was clearly hurting our effort to fight the war against ISIS in Iraq. The Iraqi government very angry at what happened. So they seem to be making some smart decisions, and we'll see what happens on Friday when it comes out.
But the problem, Lawrence, does it look weak then?
No, it's not weak. He's trusting the people that he put into office. This came from advice from our generals, the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, and Homeland Security. They got together, as well as the Attorney General, and found a legal way to get this done. This is what we wanted, and it's better than sitting by and allowing feelings to affect our policy to protect our people. This is a great thing.
So, Simon, I mean, then that poses a real danger for Democrats, because it's a little bit like last night, where they were ready for a fight. You know, they came in white outfits to protest. They said that they were going to resist anything that happened. Then he comes out and he gives a speech that's rousing and reaches across the aisle, and they look like bad sports. Is the travel ban kind of the same thing, where now he brings it back? It's, you know, has been changed to accommodate a lot of the criticism. Are they forced to go along or look like bad sports?
Well, let's see what he proposes on. I guess it's now going to be Friday, right? And let's take it at face value. I mean, I think the question's going to be is that, you know, there's been a lot of concern that this was going to do more damage to us, that the downside was bigger than the upside, that whatever upside there was, the downside to it was significant.
Right, and you said that's mostly erased, it seems like, if it is what we think it is.
I said we don't know. So let's let the president make his proposal, and let's evaluate it. Let's evaluate it on its merits.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
You guys you guys are afraid because for years you guys stood by, and you guys are going to get us all killed by worrying about emotions and offending people. It's not a right to come to America. It is a privilege. The first duty as the president and the commander-in-chief is to make sure we're safe.
Okay.
You guys were tone deaf during the election, and that's why you guys lost.
Okay, let Simon respond. Go ahead. Chuckling.
No, I think that it's my belief that DHS and our intelligence community have done a good job at managing our border. There have been no foreign fighter attacks in the United States in the last 15 years. There's been no increase in the undocumented population in a decade. I think the president has done a disservice to the hardworking men and women who've kept our country safe. Can we make it even safer? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope that's where we're focused.
But Lawrence, you notice he changed his language about there's been no foreign fighter who's come into the U.S. because every time somebody makes a statement like that, they come up with a bunch of examples of people who have crossed into the country and have committed crimes. So
exactly.
No, there's been no foreign fighter terrorist attacks.
You change that with that specific wording. You may be right, but everybody keeps changing the wording because every time they say
at least he can use radical Islam. At least he can use radical Islam.
Okay. All right, we got to go, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks to both
Thank
of you.
you.
Spirited debate.